Hello everyone. So with all the radical and confusing information there is out there on YouTube about chiropractic adjustments, the first question I've got for you is what exactly is a chiropractic adjustment? Good. All right, so those were absolutely chiropractic adjustments. I was a little bit playing about, the finger pop, things like that. Just because, you've seen it. It's pretty wild out there in the rodeo of YouTube. But seriously, you did not see in mine what I did before all those adjustments. I watched him stand, I watched him walk, and I watched him move his body in certain ways that kind of test and find out what's not moving or not positioned like it should. Then I dialed in or zoomed in my microscope. Let's say that was kind of zoomed out, me watching and moving. When I zoom in my microscope, I use my hands that I've been training for about 20 years to find exactly what joints, which a joint means bone, spot in the middle, what joint is not assisting in that movement, won't allow it, stuck, or what joint is kind of misaligned, just not lined up correctly. And then I use that shallow but very quick push to make a change, to make that joint do what it's supposed to do. So that's the point of the adjustment. But the question all of you have burning in your heads is why the pop that you love so much, okay? After extensive and expensive and exhaustive research, we are not exactly sure what the pop is, but the best guess is that the pop is this. That may sound funny, but the pop is simply a buildup of gas in the joint. And then when we put it in that certain position that it couldn't do before, then there's a pop that happens. Okay, I know that sounds funny and like, okay, you haven't gotten to the real solution of what it is. There's one thing we do know for certain when an adjustment happens, when the pop happens, is that the brain loves it, okay? Functional MRIs show what kind of brain activity happens when something changes, and the functional MRI shows the brain loves a pop, okay? In reality, what's happening is something that can't move is not sensing, let's just say, good vibrations. It's not sensing good sensations. But when it starts to move again, when that movement is restored, the brain says, that's all kinds of good stuff. It's like scratching your itch. So that is such a good thing. There's power in that. There's pain relief. There is restored movements. It's not just small window. It actually lasts for some time. And there's also muscle relaxation. There's all kinds of good things, but there's also a bad thing. Again, the brain loves it. So a lot of you may have seen there's a lot of kind of addiction almost to popping. There's a lot of like addiction to watching YouTube videos about adjustments because of all the pop, and they over dramatize and things like that. But if you kind of get this addiction to popping and even trying to pop yourself at the benefit of the brain loving it, you could cost destabilizing or making the joints worse, because you haven't been training your hands for 20 years to do this. And you could be probably picking the wrong spot, or even worse, picking the weak spot. So that's the good and the bad about the pop. So if you are in a constant like popping addiction, right, it's probably two reasons. Number one, you've got a habit, right? You've been doing it a while, it just feels good, whatever. But secondly, you probably got a problem, okay? The reason you're popping yourself is because you need relief, okay? If you believe what I'm saying, that it could actually be hurting you to keep popping yourself without any kind of training over and over. And secondly, you just like to get rid of the cause, maybe get rid of the pain, we would love to help you. Like I said, we've been training, we've been watching people, we've been moving joint for a long time. We're professionals. We would love to help you get to the bottom of that. Maybe get rid of both the habit and the pain. This has been Dr. Ryan House with Cumberland Chiropractic, where we get you better faster.